Ladies and gentlemen, from the Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles, brought to you by Shawn Porter Promotions.
Hearing my name, something about it. I don't know. Something about it.
Hear it enough, I'd assume. Once a week, every Tuesday, at least.
No, I never watch.
No, fair enough.
Never listen.
Thanks for the views.
Can never hear it enough.
But
Actually, when we first started this thing, I told myself I was gonna like hit the play like
just
over
to make sure
and
you
over
got it.
and
What is
over.
Zan looking at? What are you looking at?
Hey man, I need people to start using your mic when they come as a guest.
Oh, somebody sneeze on it?
Yeah, a little, yeah.
You want me to go get some spray for you?
No, we
You
good.
cool? My
This
bad.
is the most Sunday I've ever seen you look, Sean.
Most Sunday.
Most Sunday, like you
You look like
almost,
you're out on a boat.
sometimes you look ready to perform a concert or you know,
Yeah, this looks like
for the club.
My
Or,
a little
looks like
bit
you
more
be
laid
wearing-
back. or-
yeah.
yeah, it's
Cool.
casual.
Yeah.
You look like you'd be wearing some Sperry's and out on a boat somewhere. It's Gilligan.
It's fresh. Don't
One
get me
day,
wrong.
right? One day,
it's
right?
fresh.
Aunt? One
Hey,
day.
one day, hey,
One
one
day.
day.
Was he
baby.
buying a boat?
One day.
Hey, we close to it today than we was yesterday.
That's right.
Always.
That's poetic.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Motivation Mondays. Stay tuned.
Need we come in and drop some knowledge?
This is gonna be a whole episode of just one-liners.
Oh,
just
that's all we're gonna do is drop
it's gonna be
motivation?
space. It's gonna
And
be
cliches.
This, yeah. and
Hit
this.
him with something, Carson. Hit him with something.
I got nothing.
You got something.
I can't think of anything off top.
Okay.
I got sunburn this weekend.
Where you go?
Being extremely
Oh, wow.
Caucasian, I get
Yeah,
sunburn.
let's
very
talk about
easily.
that. They always say I'm on vacation. Where you go?
I was just in Oakland. Just a little.
What were you doing in
few-day trip.
Oakland?
I was going there for a soccer match, and then Cleveland was playing the A's, but then the soccer match got canceled, so I saw 2 Cleveland games.
Nice.
Okay.
I like the area. I like the Bay.
I hate
You saw Cleveland play twice?
Yeah, Friday
Oh,
night, and
okay.
Saturday afternoon.
Not a fan of the Bay.
You're not a fan
Not
of
a fan of the Bay.
I liked
man.
it. Yeah, it's a nice. It's nice. It's like the weather was obviously a nice reprieve from Vegas heat. It's like
Right.
65, 70, but that was nice. I like it.
Shoot, look what you came back into though.
Yeah, very true. Rain, 100 degrees, confusion.
Yeah.
The whole 9.
Everybody's delayed today.
Yeah.
It's Tim Bradley out here. It's Desert Storms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad. I
There's
like
the one-liner.
that. Yeah, there's a one-liner motivational Monday.
Okay. We got ours on.
I was
Listen,
watching all kinds of
what you
movies
got?
on that flight delayed.
My man said the good news, I'm delayed. So
And
that means our podcast is
And
delayed.
I'm literally sitting on the runway.
But my
in
dude
the
said,
plane.
but the good news is I get to finish Manchurian Candidate
And the Rugrats
in the
movie.
Rugrats movie.
The original, the first one.
The one with Denzel. Or the Rugrats movie, the first one.
Denzel was in the Rugrats movie.
Yeah, he plays Reptar. No, I'm talking about Manchurian
I
Candidate.
was like,
That'd be a
hold
plot
on a
twist.
second.
Yeah,
What?
check his IMDb. No, the original Rugrats movie with the orange VHS.
Yeah, yep.
And the Maya song.
Like Good Burger.
Yeah,
The Maya song.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Manchurian Candidate's kind of that's a bit of
That's
a
my
journey.
jam.
That's a bit of a journey for me.
That's
You
my
ever see
jam.
that? It's a bit much.
Who's
That's my
starting?
jam.
Denzel is actually in that one. And Liev Schreiber.
It's a remake. I don't know who's
Yeah,
in it
it's
first.
definitely the second one.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know
Liev
who's
Schreiber
in the
used
second
to
one.
narrate 24/7
Yeah,
for HBO
and
boxing.
Ray Donovan, of course.
Right.
Boxing show.
Yeah. So you guys are big movie guys on long flights? You guys fly a lot.
I play my Switch.
I don't. You fly more than me. Don't act like you fly. That's the first flight I've taken in a year.
So I fly a lot too.
Yeah, you're not a movie guy.
Nope. Hey,
Sleepy deep.
nope. I don't sleep. I tell my lady, first off, I gotta buy my seat. I'm a big guy. She gets the aisle seat. I gotta be by the window, and all I do is all day long. She's like, "You're a big ass kid." Whatever.
You just look out the window
The whole
Man,
time.
that gets
You
boring.
Look out the window.
But what about a long flight?
I'm looking out the window the whole time.
If I'm on a 3 or 4 hour flight, like periodically, I just look up.
Yeah,
Hey,
like you check it out.
me too.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, I
hey,
can't.
hey, even at night.
He be on the window. He be on the window.
I will. Hey, I will never forget one of the first times I flew back to Ohio. Once I moved here, I get on the plane. I'm ready, and I realize my phone's dead. So like I didn't have anything to watch. So I literally remember just sitting there looking at the front of the back of the seat. I was just like,
I don't know how we used
that's
to
like
do
a
that in the
4-hour flight,
90s.
too.
I bought a Wi-Fi too, so yeah, I do that.
Yeah, I was enjoying.
You guys
some
don't get the Nintendo Switch? God,
that. You
that's,
talk about somebody that can sleep on the plane.
that's the life.
This man,
Oh my gosh,
100%.
I'll never forget. We get on a plane. I'm sitting. I got Sean to my right, and they're like, "Yeah, the safety features, blah blah." And then like right as the plane, I look over and he's just asleep. The second that plane touched down in Cleveland, Ohio, I was like, that's a professional right there.
True story. The first time we were going to the Philippines, We get on the flight and I go to sleep. Like I find my seat, especially I was in the end.
Oh yeah.
Seatbelt on, boom, I'm done. People still get on the flight and everything like that. My dad bumped me and he was mad. Bumped me like 2 hours later. I said, "Oh, we there?" He said, "We never left." I said, "What you mean we never left?" He said, "We got to get off the plane." And so we ended up they had some plane trouble. It was like 10 o'clock at night. At that point, I think it was midnight by the time we had got off the flight and we weren't able to fly that night. And I just remember like from the moment he bumped me to the moment we got like downstairs and got on the shuttle, I was confused the entire time. Like, how
when you wake up and you got that blurry mindset,
like, how did we not go anywhere?
Waking up and not knowing what day it is or what time of the day. I'm like, wait, 6 o'clock, is it PM or AM?
So I got extra rooms in my house, and I'm not a big waster. I always say when I get a house, I got 2 living rooms. I will not waste
2
like,
living rooms.
I go.
Yeah. He's like Kevin Gates.
Hey, I go sit in the living room, whatever. So I was like, hey, you know what? I got extra bedrooms. I went and slept in the bedroom. Woke up, didn't know where I was at. The next day, I was like, oh damn. Oh, what's going on? I thought somebody kidnapped me. I didn't know where I was at. Not used to my room. Hey, don't do it.
Yeah, it's never.
You thought you were in some Ving Rhames?
Man, I ain't know what
Pulp
the hell.
Fiction.
Yeah, I'm telling you, waking up and being disoriented is a feeling that will never go away.
This is the Porterweight podcast. by the
We'll
way.
talk
I mean,
boxing
I don't-
eventually.
Speaking of planes, I'm fresh off the plane from Texas
yeah.
for Charlo
Hey, well, shoot,
Castano.
go ahead, you
We
do
knew
it
he was
then.
bringing it in.
Yeah.
Fight of the year.
Yeah.
That's fight of the year.
That was, you know,
Maybe the card of the year too.
Hey,
'Cause there were some great
fight of the
fights.
year.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Did Shawn
We
Porter
talking
got something to
about the
say
same
about that?
fight last night?
Yes.
Last night you said card of the year?
I thought all 3
Last
fights
night?
were pretty fun.
Good. Yes, those was all good fights.
Yeah.
They
It was
was.
good fights.
Yeah.
Not card
I
of
don't
the
know.
year.
Fight of the year.
Ian had me hyped up. I was just cooking with it. It's like fight of the year.
Hey,
I was
I
like,
got to think about it now
Fight of the
because
year.
we've already had the fight of
You
the
got
year.
something to say about it?
ooh.
Do I? Oh, we still on the board. We still doing that.
Forever.
We still
It
doing
was,
that.
no, it was. You didn't think it was overwhelmingly a good card or a noteworthy card?
No, it was good. Yeah, it was a good card, but you just said card of the year, and I was like,
I can't. Okay.
I don't think so.
Any card Rolly's on, I'm there.
oh man.
That first fight,
I love that kid.
first fight was underrated. Vidal and Aleem was a really good
That
fight.
one
Thought
was
Aleem won that fight.
I thought it was really close. I
He was
really
getting rocked.
Yeah,
I
he
wasn't
was.
sure.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that was one where I watched it and I was like, I'm really not sure who won this
I
fight.
had a hard time last night with like scoring fights.
Man, there was some big shots in that fight. Like Ant said, they were each getting smoked in that fight. That first one.
I had
It
a hard
reminded
time
me of,
scoring fights last night.
Remember last month we had Kenneth Sims pull off an upset on Elvis Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And Aleem's fight reminded me of that because you got the young knockout artist coming to America and he's undefeated with a whole bunch of knockouts. And you got this American fighter with 2 L's who's fighting for his career, really.
Yeah.
If he wants to continue to make money as a professional fighter, he needed to produce something. Unfortunately for him, unlike Sims, he wasn't able to get the decision. But yeah, I was watching him. I'm like, man, this is like the Kenneth Sims fight. This guy,
I probably would have leaned towards Aleem if I had to make a call, but that wasn't one. We'll get to the one later, but that wasn't one where I was
No.
where I was
Not a
outraged
robbery.
or shocked or anything to that effect. But
I think he was like, for me, I mean, he was kind of like the emotional favorite, even though he came up short. It was like just the fact that this guy was able to almost pull it off.
Yo, no, I was tripping last night, right? He saw it. He got hit with Aleem got hit with the hook to the body. I said, "Oh, it's over." We like
Survived it.
over the last year, like we've seen everybody get hit with that, and no one was able to continue. So I mean, I don't want to applaud him for continuing.
Sure.
It's like he's supposed to be built up and
the zone,
be able to fight
the
through
zone
guys like stuff
applauded
like that.
Ryan Garcia for continuing after getting knocked down. So feel free to.
Yeah, well, I thought it was over because everybody
body
lately,
shots, we missed
everybody
that.
who's got hit with that, especially if you saw a little bit of fold,
Yeah.
it was a wrap. So I was surprised that I walked back in, and the fight was still on. I was like, dang, this is one that's going the distance.
Yeah,
so overall, I thought it was a good fight. And like you said, I thought it was an underrated fight coming in and
you're
going
the
out.
body. You're the body shot. That's what this one might be called.
Yeah, the body shot. Yeah.
Like you said, I feel like we talked about last
Yeah.
week, but a lot of mushy pandemic bodies have been getting touched up. But
You think that no?
I think
don't know what
it has to
is.
factor.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen that many body shot knockouts in like that consistently. But could be coincidence.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. But then our guy Rolly.
He got a fight last night. He had to fight. My man was awkward as hell.
Fight.
First off, let me ask Saitel something. Let me cut you off.
All right,
for a
go
second,
ahead.
Because none of you guys responded. Was you wearing low tops?
Yeah, I
Thank
believe
you.
so. Yeah.
I've never seen that
didn't
before.
see that
And
tag.
Low
once,
top what?
I don't know.
I-
The
they-
writers in front of me told me about it.
they could have been
He's
low
wearing
top.
low tops.
I
I was
don't
like,
know.
okay.
Case
Hold
West.
on, like low tops.
Yeah, like
In the ring?
Yeah.
So y'all know I wear the boots, the high boots.
Which-
and
yeah.
so when you said low tops, I just thought he had on
I'm
what
talking
we
about-
was called
he looked like
mids.
he was wearing like some just sneakers. But obviously, the angle and the view isn't focused on his shoes. But
What was his name?
Anthony Yigit. Can you dig it? Yigit.
solid name.
Yeah.
as well.
Yigit.
The Warriors. I always think of. Can you dig it?
And where was he from?
Sucker.
Yeah. Yeah, little
Where was he from?
Sweden.
Sweden.
Yeah, he.
Exactly.
Rolly is. You talk about somebody that is
Oh, yeah.
so comfortable playing. Yeah, look, he's wearing just.
He had on all black Vans.
Yeah,
for those
Thank
I'm
you.
telling you, he's
Thank
wearing
you,
like
Ryan Hafey.
church socks and
Reeboks?
like.
Hey,
I don't know
he
if
does
they're
got the Nikes with like the loop on the back.
They're kind of fresh.
Yeah, that's what. Like, it just looked like he got some running shoes and was like, "Yeah, I'm here."
Reeboks.
I have no clue. We'll have to see if we can get somebody.
Although he didn't wear his running shoes in the fight.
No,
the
he was
kid
there-
really came
he
to
was
fight
there to throw.
and,
Oh, yeah,
and took
for
the
sure.
chance.
Yeah,
And
for
didn't
sure.
make weight, but
it was not.
came to win.
It was
My
not a
whole life,
very.
you couldn't come in the ring with no tennis shoes. My whole life, man.
Is that a rule?
No, it's not a rule. No. But like,
Because I'm wondering because there's like
and there's been guys who've come to the ring with tennis shoes on
Yeah.
and could scrap. And it's like,
I think I would be more.
and so when you
nervous.
lose, it's like, yo, you just lost to a dude that had on tennis
I would be
shoes.
more nervous if somebody came into the room and into the ring with tennis shoes than boxing shoes because I feel like that they're. We mentioned just having like a little bit of a screw loose. I feel like you come in there with like some low top like Starburys or Chucks.
Nah.
There was-
when I was a kid,
Imagine getting
especially
beaten
when I was a
Chucks.
kid, it was you couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Then when you got older, you had it, and if
Yeah.
anybody didn't have it and they were older, it was he just got here. It's a wrap for him. He just got here.
It's like the dude pulling up to the park with all the headbands on, all the stuff. I'm about to dog this cat.
Yeah.
He can't really hoop.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like the low top guy is the other guy. I feel like the low top guy is the one when you're playing and somebody just walks up and like and they just hand you 15 straight points. You're like, oh shit, where the hell did this guy come from?
Does that happen?
No, that's
That's
I
what
don't
I
think
think.
that
I
happened.
just said.
Yeah,
I'm saying if somebody casual, you're playing ball and somebody just walks up and they don't have like Ant said. If we play at a park right now and somebody shows up with wristbands and headband on, they're probably the worst player there.
Yeah.
I'm saying this guy just has tennis shoes, so he
okay.
has the opposite of normal boxing attire. So he's just like, oh, I'm here to hoop, ball his life.
He came to fight.
It was an ugly fight to watch though. Like just visually, I thought it was.
We
just,
loved it.
Yeah.
no. It was entertaining but as far as like crisp, like
Yeah.
the footwork was weird.
Yeah.
Rolly gets a point taken.
Carson,
and-
I seen something that I never seen before in my life.
Let's hear it.
Not that. So my man went. He 360 rolling.
Yeah.
He went all the way around him. He got it right back.
But look, this is the funny part. And
I know what sequence you're talking about.
he goes
is
around
hilarious.
Rolly, right?
And Rolly just staying there.
And Rolly stayed there. But the thing is, normal fighters.
Remember this?
When you
This the camera.
no,
Camera.
oh.
Yeah. So
Normal fighters, what normally happens is when you go around the guy, it creates the opening for you, right?
Yeah.
He created the opening, but Rolly ain't having that. So he came right back around, and Rolly was like, dude, let me throw something, So it was one of them nights, man, where Rolly was in the ring with somebody who, that lacks the type
Power.
of technique that he lacks in boxing at this point. And I think it kind of evened the playing field a little bit more, and it made it an entertaining night.
it was crazy. 10 seconds. My man lost the point and gained it back
Yeah.
within 10 seconds.
I can't do that. Like I can't do that. When you lose a point and then you knock somebody, I don't know how to score this round anymore.
Man, I ain't
You know what I mean?
9-8.
Yeah.
9-8.
I think they scored at 9-8. Yeah.
I don't know how to score this round anymore. So I was like, I'm gonna let this one go. And a couple rounds later, I say, all right, it's tied. I don't know who's winning anymore.
So what I think, and this is a sentiment I see starting to get tossed around a little bit, comparisons to Ricardo Mayorga for Rolly.
Oh,
Really
okay.
good comparison.
Yeah, it's something that jumped out to
I
me.
feel like something you started it.
Yeah.
But everybody's saying it now.
Right. And what
get closer when you speak.
and to what's important about that for Rolly is if he
Told you coming in.
You were warned.
for the mic.
No, he said me back. He told me back up.
No, he didn't
Is-
say that.
Oh, didn't he? That okay.
You need to be a
Okay.
How many podcasts in? Come on.
Come on,
together.
hey, go ahead, do your thing.
If Haney and Garcia and Lopez are the De La Hoya, Trinidad, Vernon Forrest to his Ricardo Mayorga,
right.
all that's important is he has to just knock one of them off to have a really good career. Because Mayorga knocking out Forrest at welterweight meant he got to fight Trinidad, he got to fight Mosley, he got to fight De La Hoya, and he got to fight Vargas. He literally got to fight the other 4 superstars because it only took knocking off one of them to really become legit. And that's what, Rolly has a lot of talent, and his personality matches how he fights. On the surface, WTF, I had some fans say, "Hey man, I was listening to the show with my family. He didn't have to drop an F-bomb like that, so I got you out there." So, But when you see him, it's like his personality and his fighting style at first is wild, and what the hell is this? But under the surface, there's a real method to his. He's a smart guy outside the ring, and he's smarter in the ring than people think. But yeah, if he's the real wild card, just like Mayorga was. And it only takes knocking off one of them young stars to really get paid.
For sure.
And to wrap it up for me with Rolly too is the crowd booing him was beautiful.
Oh, and he loves it.
That's exactly
That's what he's there for.
You don't want the golf clap. Oh, good fight. You did good. You want a reaction.
Yeah.
And that was, he got heat, like they call it in wrestling.
Absolutely.
He always had like, he just soaked it in. He just
I'm telling you,
this guy.
He's the NWO, man.
He just soaks
he
it
might as well
in.
hit the DX, suck it.
Hey, and last night I didn't realize he was from Vegas. Like he's from Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
And I, like Zytel said, when I said it was an ugly fight, it's just that. It's not very crisp. In fairness, Yigit plays a big part in that. But like, he's not an overly technical fighter. He's not like, the footwork's not like A1 where you're like, damn, like we talk about pivots. Like, he's just there. Like he looks like the guy he's just
cocked all
He's
night.
just there to fight. Like he was just there, just like, hey, go. Good luck. He's like pushed the guy. I think the one knockdown he pushed the guy down. I didn't see the replay.
Rolly
he hit him and then like
seemed like that was just that badass rich kid that was always stuck up, bad, and can fight.
Yeah.
Like, man, this guy's a problem.
Yeah.
What's crazy, his dad, came from Guantanamo Bay. He had to literally swim to the United States, his father.
Oh, okay.
And his dad was a really good Cuban amateur, but his dad has a crazy
I
life.
said that last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got captured and he only was able to eat little spoonfuls of rice and water for months when he got captured the first time we tried to escape to America. So he has a crazy backstory with his dad, and he's half black too. His mom's black, and so
I thought he was black and white.
yeah, no, he's black and Cuban.
Yeah,
black and Cuban.
He is a character.
Yeah,
Hey, love it.
Yeah, you have to. Because, think about a guy, I don't know how many fights he has. He's progressing. He has one of the 76 WBA titles. But
There you go.
and I think he just
7 or 6.
No, 76.
76.
76.
But I think he's so far, like, everyone was talking about him. And that, like you mentioned, you need a reaction. Like, good or bad. Nobody was like, yeah, that fight was whatever. I don't really
Indifferent.
care. Everyone was like, F Rolly, that dude's an idiot. Or they're like, hell yeah, I love Rolly. I'm all about it. And that's exactly what you need.
he loves it all.
Absolutely.
do you like him, Sean? You feeling it?
You're the good
You
guy.
guys are pretty
Yeah.
much the same.
We're not.
no, they're not.
Not even slightly. Like, dead opposites.
Yeah.
What?
Everybody's
Take
waiting
him
on
to
me.
church, Sean.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he asked you a question.
You said, he asked, do I like him? I like Rolly. I think that Rolly, he's got some ways to go. He's got to improve.
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys, a lot of times they fall in love with their power. It's no secret that he's in love with his power and that he's kind of is cocked and he's looking for it. And there's no problem with that, but you got to add some other things to the repertoire.
Yeah.
You're calling out Tank Davis. My thing, especially with calling out Tank, is you have to be worried about the backfire, what's coming back at you. But even if you survive all that, what are you gonna do? Because Tank is slippery enough to make you miss that big shot. And if there's nothing to set the big shot up, I don't see too many like double jabs to back. He's just not conventional right now. So what I say is, okay, you want Tank now? Let's go for him now. But in the meantime, even if you get Tank in 3 months, in the meantime, improve on something between now and when you get in the ring with Tank.
Why he wait for Tank? Who does he get?
He called Devin Haney the Amir Khan of 135.
He Cheney.
Yeah,
He's
but
Cheney.
he's not like he got hit with one. Like that's the only
Hey,
shot he's been
Coach
hitting.
Wade in the back of the room dying.
Yeah.
I think maybe you got that on camera.
Did
it
I?
was
No.
fight hype.
Cantu.
Yeah.
My boy
Okay.
Cantu.
Hey, Coach Wade in the back of the room dying. Like, get the
Because it
camera
was
off.
like when it's also funny because like Devin Haney, that's literally the only blip he's had on his career, and Rolly's like, oh, he's pretty much Amir Khan. He's the chinniest guy. But I'm like, what?
wild.
But I love it, and he loves it, and
He will sell the hell out of a fight.
that's what people were like. Oh, he's not ready for Gervonta. If you take everything out of it and put the fighter A and fighter B, he is on no planet ready for Gervonta Davis. But would I want to see that? Absolutely. Would that fight sell? Absolutely. Is there a chance Rolly hits it with some shots? No question about it.
Hey, yo,
I think he
it's
loses, but
it's an interesting comparison. Him and Mayorga. Would you say in comparing them? Who's got like better skills? Who's the better fighter comparing those?
Mayorga at welterweight was a problem,
Yeah.
and he proved that in the rematch with Forrest.
Yeah.
If it was a fluke and he really wasn't a problem at 47, he wouldn't have beat him over 12 rounds in a rematch.
Right.
So skills, Mayorga was fast, and he could put them together. You know, Rolly's waiting on one shot. No, I mean he lets him go too, but he's Rolly's more of a counterpuncher in his own awkward way, and Mayorga was coming after you and thumping you like Castaño, but in his own way. But he could put them together, and he had power. And if you go back and watch Mayorga at welterweight, not 54 or 60, he had speed. Go back and watch him at 147. He had speed and power, and had good size at that weight. So. Mayorga at 47 proved to be a better fighter than Rolly is thus far.
And it's I was gonna say, and it's also easy to look back. Mayorga had this lengthy career, and Rolly's still
Right,
young, so it's kind of the natural.
Everything
reaction.
after 47 for Mayorga, you know,
not so much.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm
in
I'd
the
love to see what
post-fight,
Rolly does.
Conversation I thought was it made me giggle, man. He just
Everything he does makes me.
Yeah.
I was literally alone in a hotel room laughing
this dude here.
because it's funny. Like, and I don't think. Well, I mean, we had Rolly on the show. I don't think he takes himself like overly serious.
yeah.
Which is great. Like,
I don't know.
Like, do I think Rolly believes a lot of what he says? Sure.
Yeah,
Do I
yeah,
think he
yeah.
says some of it just to say it? No question about it. I think that's probably
Yeah.
the majority of
Yeah.
it. But
My
I think
dude last night though, my dude. Was like,
he was. I'll take
I was
Teddy
like,
Davis and
what's
Jim
he
Gray.
doing?
What did Jim Gray say? Is that real? Is that realistic?
Jim, Jim gave him a hard time last night.
I've done the same thing when
Yeah.
I interview Rolly. I'm always
Yeah, and see that's why I just don't think he cares. Like I love
Nothing-
it. I'm all about
it doesn't phase him.
Yeah.
And when you got power, you believe in your power. But
Like any of those fights, his trash talk makes it classic, and his power adds another dimension. Like
yeah.
Devin Haney versus Rolly would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the build up. Him and Tank would be. Tank's not actually. He's not much of like a trash talker. Like week of the fight. Like he has like some hostility sometimes, but he's not like a trash talker. in my
Listening to
opinion.
this conversation right now, I really do feel like boxing needs to go through another transition. Before I became a world champion, I was really taking a look at Mayweather and some other fighters, and I realized I'm not just a boxer, I'm an entertainer. People literally, I was like watching people come into the arena for Floyd fights, and I'm like, these people are here to be entertained. And that's kind of when it clicked to me that I'm an entertainer. And just saying that to say, when we talk about this, the fact that we can say a fight would be hilarious, or you're probably
I'm saying the build up.
No, I know,
the
but
actual
yeah,
fight.
but how many press conferences are hilarious? How many press conferences are
Harrison,
that
Charlo.
entertaining? Okay, you got one.
That's one of my favorites.
Tony Harrison.
It's one of the best ones.
You can
all
count
time.
on one hand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
for
I
sure.
think that boxing needs to go into a transition. These fighters need to understand that we're entertainers. Stop taking yourself so serious.
Yeah.
Or add a little character into your game.
Tyson Fury.
You know, add a little character into your game. I mean, everybody loves the WWE, but everybody knows that it's fake.
Yeah.
Everybody loves boxing for how real it is, but the same things that people love about WWE, I think that people could grow to learn about boxing, but we don't give it to them.
Well, it's tough from a couple standpoints because you have to back up the words. So like you can talk trash, but like you could also get the dog shit kicked out of you.
Talk that shit.
But then it's not that. Then it's not that funny anymore.
Like the week of your fight, eventually when you fight, we're gonna do promos all week. You gonna take it, brother. We're gonna get on your ass.
We'll figure it out, man.
But and it's also something where we say that, and I think in sports in general, I mean, just it's tough to not take yourself so seriously. Some of these guys, you can't tell them anything.
Their life's on the line a lot.
Yeah,
so.
I
was gonna say,
such a high
sport
regard.
is
It's
very
tough
serious,
to kind of let loose.
Yeah.
But honestly, with the 24/7, Floyd sold the hell out of the fights.
Absolutely.
I used to
what
tell
made
you
Him
guys,
dancing to Robert Guerrero,
I used to-
Ghostbusters.
I used to think sometime like, dang, this dude got a chance to beat Floyd. Floyd knowing the whole time, he a hell of a fight. I'd be like, man, you know he ain't gonna beat you, man. But he would make it feel like
find
it.
an interview where Floyd didn't say somebody was a hell of a fighter.
Yeah.
I could be like, hey, what do you think about, Sean's like, oh, he's a hell of a fighter. I was like, fair enough. Maybe he's a hell of a fighter.
I'm marked for death.
Yeah, I'm sold.
But yeah, 24/7 used to build it up, especially when it was the last episode and you see the guy working. Don't, let's go, champ.
They
I'm
were
like,
never
oh,
training as hard as Floyd.
And even
if
if
you
it
go
wa-
back and watch it,
even if it wasn't a power shot, like they would, and you're like, damn.
Yeah, they
look
put
at
the
him
music
hit-
behind
yeah,
it.
Look at
Boy,
him hitting
they
the
get
bags.
intense.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, he got a chance.
Yeah.
Victor Ortiz, let's go.
that was, beyond the entertainment, that was a great look into the mind of the best.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
that's what I enjoyed that for as well. Is what's the serious mentality of this man that is the best. And so that was kind of fun.
his discipline, man. Was crazy.
Yeah, it is just something where, I would love to see it. Personally, what you're saying, I'm all about it. I would love for these guys to have more fun, talk more trash.
I mean, even Canelo with what he did to Boo Boo, that was entertaining.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was-
So I think maybe you
Sorry,
could just see
Sean.
more of it.
That's your boy.
No, that's my boy.
bad,
Yeah,
my bad.
yeah.
It was funny.
I forgot that
It
part.
was funny.
It's good for people outside of boxing like us. It will bring outside of boxing besides us. It'll bring more of them into the sport.
Yeah.
Compared to our
Side note, WWE ain't been good since WWF, but
No doubt.
that's okay.
Because
No doubt.
NWO.
think about how it brings people in, like when there's a funny interview like this, whether it's Rolly or even like I remember the interview years and years ago of Boo Boo talking about the Charlos and Laura. And I watched the interview like 50 times because it was hilarious. He sat there, was saying all kinds of crazy stuff. So those things catch on all the time when it happens.
And I don't want it to happen, but somebody need to put their hands on each other. That will go viral.
In like a build up to
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
A little shoving.
Yes. You put your hands on somebody, I gotta see that fight. I gotta see that.
Who did Bud clip? Was it Benavidez?
Jose, I was there.
Yeah.
And I still
kinda
to this
clipped him.
day, it's
And a pre-fight?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, in the
Yeah.
press conference.
And I'm still to this day
Was
like,
the
did
weigh-in.
It was
you?
the weigh-in.
Yeah.
I'm like, were you really just gonna sock him and
I think he said he
throw
did.
the whole fight away? Like,
I feel like he said he had good enough aim that he like.
did he
knew
pull the
wasn't-
punch?
that he,
Yeah,
like, knew
because
he
I'm.
wasn't gonna hit him.
But
But he clips him.
Don't punch nobody, but smack shit out of him. That's what I say. Bow.
No,
Let's go,
Bernard
baby.
Hopkins
Like a
did the winky
glove,
right,
bring a
face
duel.
smushed him. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Hey,
remember that?
Bernard used to
Yeah.
take it too far. He used to stump on flags.
throw flags down,
Yeah, he
smush
was
your
do-
face.
Yeah, he sold the fight.
Jermaine Taylor gave it right back to him though.
Somebody
I
needs
remember
to just
that.
get hit with a chair.
I'm down for that. Down for that.
I mean,
hey,
Derek-
When we talk about
our
this-
next
When we
next
talk- we
fight,
watched-
we'll have the other team hit me with a chair.
It's gonna be like a ladder match. We watched the.
Hold on. How is it our next fight?
Remember Chisora and Dillian White?
Yeah.
He
Oh, yeah, he picked
threw a
that-
whole table.
Yeah.
Like that's what we need. Tables getting thrown.
But that's fire.
Yeah.
that sells the fight.
I'm sure Rolly will do all of this for us.
I would love to see. I would love to see Rolly.
All of this for Rolly. Like,
I would love at Tank Davis's next fight if it's not Rolly or Devin Haney, and you just hear like the glass, like the. My God, is that Rolly Romero's music? He comes running down the tunnel like WWE style.
He's a wild boy.
He came out to Prince to try to troll people, and it took the song too long to get going. Right when the song really took off, he was in the ring, so I don't think anyone noticed it was Prince in the first
What a
place.
guy.
But, yeah,
what'd he come out to?
I don't know which Prince song, but saw him in the gym the week before the fight, and he's like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna come out to Prince. They won't know what the fuck I'm doing. I was like,
And Big Lupe Fiasco fan.
Yeah, big Lupe.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
hey,
no.
hey, question I want to run by you.
Yeah.
In UFC, I was checking out their scoring. Let's say when you fought Adrian Broner, it was rounds that Adrian Broner wasn't doing nothing. In UFC, if the other fighter's not doing nothing, he will actually lose a point. It will be a 10-8 round or possibly a 10-7 round. How do y'all feel about that being in boxing?
too subjective.
Yeah, it would be tough.
But if you get boxers that get up in there literally like Adrian Broner,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not doing nothing. You got a Shawn Porter up in there working.
Yeah. I mean,
That is going to make you work,
And
and
we'll
the fight is
also-
going to be more exciting.
That's true.
and it is. I mean, even the 10-8 scoring as it is now is subjective. I mean, we'll get to it later, but like there was a 10-8 round in the Castaño Charlo fight that nobody got knocked down in.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Really?
That was
There was?
It was
Yeah.
when he got buzzed. The 10th round.
10th round.
10th round.
One judge gave him, and that judge actually was the only one that had Castaño
no,
winning.
winning. Yeah, but he gave him a 10-8.
But yeah, so I mean, it is subjective.
It's ridiculous.
I don't think it's crazy to think if somebody comes in there and just throws a complete dud, do you give them 10-8 maybe? I don't hate it, but it's interesting. What would you like to see actually Rolly do next? Would you like to? Would you like to see 10?
I would like to see him. No, I'd like to see him get 2, 3, 4 fights more before he fights a guy like Gervonta. You know,
Who else is at 135 that can push him?
He said he's down to go to 140
40, yeah.
for Tank.
I think. Well, if he's going to be at 140, I think a guy like a Robert Easter would be good for
Oh,
him.
that would be nice.
Like, or maybe
That'd be some good trash
back at 35. I know Gamboa. You know, still.
Robert Easter is probably perfect. He'll
That
click,
son of a gun's holding on for dear life.
he'll click clack Robert Easter, but I'll be there for it.
Yeah.
But that's the level of guy I think he needs
Yeah.
to fight.
What about
next.
what about at 35 Linares?
It's a good fight too. It is a good fight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, be interesting. But yeah, I think if we're
Campbell's
being-
done. Campbell's he hanging.
Luke
in there?
Campbell. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Campbell.
Any of those guys.
Yeah.
That's the level I want to see him up against next. But
You
not
don't
you
think
can't
those
go.
guys outbox him?
They might.
Rolly?
That's why he needs to face them first
Yeah.
before
We
he
need to
fights
see.
a Gervonta. Yeah.
And I mean, they brought it up on the broadcast yesterday. Like he probably lost to Jackson Marina.
Santa Cruz.
He's not.
It's too little.
Too
Yeah,
late.
he's too little.
Yeah.
Jackson Marine, I do think the commentators were a little rough on him that
Yeah,
night.
that was-
They kind of had their minds made up by the second and third round. but-
Yeah. But no, I think.
Oh, that
Mourinho's
that's
and
right.
Rolly? Yeah.
So I mean, it's like we're talking about these fights, and like he had a really close fight with somebody. I don't think he lost that fight, but like
I didn't think he lost, but it was close.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, just keep as
Honestly,
honestly, young
that-
guy,
oh,
keep
never
progressing, keep pushing.
Oh, no. Richard Comey.
Ooh,
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. Lou DiBella mentioned that matchup, and I'm like, yeah.
I think he actually mentioned he thought Comey would beat him.
of course.
Yeah.
I think he works
Promotes.
with Comey. Yeah.
It's understandable. Shout out to Lou DiBella.
He probably really thinks that, though.
Oh, I'm
so,
sure. Yeah.
so-
Lou's not one to just
hey,
float something out
what about
there.
Mikey Garcia?
He's waiting.
That's still
he's
like-
on fight package.
Mikey
in
been waiting.
2026.
Mikey been waiting. Yeah,
Mikey needs to fight Tank.
Yeah, Mikey need to fight.
So we have the Olympics now. By the next Olympics, Mikey will have
Man,
fought somebody.
Mikey just waiting.
I'm confident in that. He's waiting for the.
Shut up, man. Stop looking at me like that.
He's paid.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, Mikey.
You don't have to fight no more. Yeah.
He did good financially.
And obviously a
but
great
man.
fighter as well. So I mean, more power to him. But main event,
Uh-oh.
what we think, Ant? Kick it off.
Nelson Vasquez, you're. Somebody was complaining about us cussing. Somebody's
Yeah.
Go.
You,
Hold on, don't call nobody out though. Don't call nobody
hey,
out.
shout out to the fans.
Too late.
Yeah,
Are you talking about the judge?
Nelson?
I think.
Oh yeah,
Nelson
hell yeah.
Vasquez.
Nelson Vasquez.
Yeah.
Slap yourself.
Hey,
Um,
Jack Baby.
117 to 111.
Come on, bro.
On no planet
Come on,
could you have seen
bro.
that.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Charlo said that after the fight.
Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
like
Yeah.
the fact that Charlo after the fight was like, yeah, that scorecard's wrong.
Come on.
is hilarious.
Props
Like,
to Mel for that.
Absolutely, yeah, that's some self awareness, which I can appreciate. And I thought Jermell, even just touch on that quickly. I thought he was pretty self aware after the fight. It was, like, it was close. He didn't like seem like, oh, I definitely won. Like, but he also didn't think like he definitely lost. So it was just like, kind of was what it was. But
Maybe because it was the right verdict.
What a night for Jermell Charlo.
it was a
That was a night.
No, what a
First-
night for Brian Castano.
What a night for Brian Castaño.
His stock went up.
yeah, absolutely.
Jermell just
Yeah.
plateaued.
I thought Castaño won the fight 7-5. I thought that the rounds were easy to score. I thought that it was pretty cut and dry.
I struggled with the 5th and the 11th.
Sixth for me too. Fifth
Yeah.
and sixth.
I was like 5th and the 11th.
Yeah.
The 5th more so. The 11th.
Yeah. I think maybe one time I looked at him and was like, yo, who won that round?
Yeah.
But outside of that, I just thought that it was pretty straightforward. I thought that my whole thing now is, especially when you giving me an opportunity to hear in the corner, I needed to hear what Derek James was telling Charlo, and I thought that his information was great.
Yeah.
Was just a hard night for Charlo mentally to initiate everything that was being told to him in the corner.
He admitted it one time. He said, when Coach James was telling me something, I'm like, man, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like,
And you said the information was great. The information can be great, but if the fighter doesn't do it.
I think I
kinda
heard
tough.
they didn't get as much time to work with each other. Was that you guys that told me about that? They didn't get as much time to work with each other. For this
we heard
camp.
about that
That was
too.
you that
Yeah.
said that.
No. We heard about that too.
Yeah.
We heard about
Yeah,
that too.
and he had to work with Joan Guzman a lot.
Yeah.
and he actually shouted out Guzman after the fight.
Yeah,
That
was
was Guzman in the corner, wasn't it?
Now I know what you mean by he got big.
Oh yeah.
no.
Because I was like, oh, that looks like King Kong working the corner.
Yeah, they were.
But James was telling him certain things to do, like stay off the ropes, man, control the fight, and just he would stay on the
went
ropes.
to the ropes
Like he would
immediately.
And when he
Like-
went to the ropes, Castano went to work every time.
Yeah,
His back
absolutely.
touched the rope, and he immediately went to work.
Yeah.
As soon as you touch the rope, I'm on you.
Yeah.
It took me 5 rounds to realize what Castaño was doing. He was basically fighting to the clock, is what I told
Me.
Ant over here. He was not. It was like almost like he was pacing himself and he was waiting for the right moment when he was on the corner, in the corner on the ropes. It wasn't every time he was going at Charlo, but he knew where he was in terms of the time of the round, and it looked right around that 60-second mark, right around that 30-second mark is where he decided to work, take control, and leave that impression to the judges that he was winning the rounds. And my whole thing, and this is why I felt like it was not a hard fight to score. Derek James said in the corner, he said, "You're giving it to him. He doesn't have anything, but you're giving it to him. Yep. You're waiting on him, and he's just he's stealing these rounds." And that's what he was doing. I'm not the kind of guy that will let the last 10 seconds of a round overshadow the entire round.
Sure.
But the entire round, there's no jab being pumped out by Charlo. There's no feints being pumped out by Charlo. There's no 1-2s being pumped out by Charlo. Near the end of the fight, he started to throw some 1-2s from a distance. But for the most part, he was walking, circling, backing up. And I was just like, that's not how a guy with a 73-inch reach should be fighting a guy with a 67-inch reach, the height differential as well. And I just thought that 7-5, I felt that Charlo gave away that 7-5. I felt like he lost the fight. I felt like he was gifted a draw. And I told Ant last night, I said, in a rematch, he wins the rematch. This was a classic situation where a guy that can't get it right and make those adjustments in the fight will surely make those adjustments, give him more time to do it. And I just think that, again, this is a learning lesson for him as well. I went through it as a fighter where I didn't make adjustments, and I was able to see after the fight, like, damn, what the hell was I thinking? And it let me know, like, you got to be able to think. You got to be able to think in there. You know, that was definitely was a learning lesson for me, you know. So
What was his name?
Julio Diaz.
Yeah.
No, number 2. The second loss.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Kilbrook, you talking about?
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. Kell Brook.
Cal Brook was the first loss.
Yeah, Kilbrook was the first.
Yeah, man, basically, I'll take Diaz. That's a loss too. You should.
So
That's fair.
So at the end of it all, I thought that Jermell Charlo gave away a lot of the rounds. And we said this like before the fight started. I said that if Charlo wins, it will be on the knockout. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't win, if it goes to the decision, he'll lose the decision unless the judges are doing the right thing.
That is exactly what she said.
But here's the interesting part. Castaño with his he fought a good fight, but he didn't outbox Charlo. I think he outsmarted Charlo, and I think he outworked Charlo.
Yeah, outworked him
his
for
defense
sure.
is nice. Hand speed.
Yeah.
Hand
And
speed.
he got power. That's the thing with Tony didn't have in a rematch.
Yeah.
This dude could actually hurt you.
Yeah.
So
I think
he like buckled him.
Yeah.
Was that a true? He got buckled?
Yeah.
Okay.
He buckled him.
Yeah,
Twice?
I think
Yeah.
I think the only thing you mentioned, the rounds were easy to score, and I think the only hang up people would have about that is stealing the rounds. Is that nobody really, even if it was for the first chunk of the round, nobody really was asserting
Nobody's
themselves.
doing it.
And then maybe you were leaning Charlo, and then all of a sudden Castaño for the last 60 seconds.
Yeah, Sean starts
and then
saying
you're
that. He's like, he still needs rounds.
So that I think that would be the only thing that maybe I had Castaño winning.
Yeah.
Pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
Just because I thought I shouldn't be able to identify what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like that much. I shouldn't be able to say, okay, like watching that last night, I don't want to discredit Castaño. I think Jermell is a better fighter than him.
He's a better fighter.
Has more power. I just think
Yeah.
he's better. And
Yeah.
so I think the fact that I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, just like just adjust, and it just didn't seem like I don't know
Carson,
what it was.
Sorry, Carson. Do you feel that's the first time I think I've ever seen Charlo been rocked like that? You think he respected his power after he got rocked like that?
Probably.
It changes up because usually he just controls the pace.
Yeah, but I almost think being a little more aggressive, like Shawn said with the jab, I think that helps with that. If you don't want to get hit with that shot,
Charlo's
throw the
always
jab out there.
not throwing a lot of punches per round though.
Yeah.
And I think more than it made Charlo hesitant, I think that gave Castaño his boldness again.
Yeah.
You know, because he got hurt in the second. Once he knew he could hurt the other guy, it's like, okay.
That's what
I just thought this fight was like clear cut to me, man. Like from beginning to end. So Charlo clipped him in the third round, second round. He basically took the whole third round off. Recovering.
No, he clipped Charlo in the third.
No, he clipped Charlo.
No,
in the
first
fourth
Charlo
round.
hurt him in the second.
Yeah.
And then Castaño came back and hurt him in the third.
In the
last
round.
10.
No,
in the
third.
fourth.
No, you're thinking about when he got clipped in the 10th and then took the 11th. It was like he got clipped in the 9th, took the 10th off.
No, I think Shawn's right because Charlo after the second was in control for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Castaño gets him on the ropes and pieces him up and takes the round.
Yeah.
And hurts him.
And then I told Shawn, is he missing this moment to close the show?
Yeah.
I asked him after the fight if he should have emptied the clip. You know, he said,
So
So
I thought that like the tides had changed twice in the fight. I thought the first time was when Charlo clipped him, and then he got Charlo back. I think that when Charlo caught him, he got immediate respect for Charlo's power and really wasn't going to do too much. And Charlo does not work. I didn't realize how much of a counterpuncher he seems to be, but he doesn't really work too much. Right. So Charlo's moving, and gets backed up on the ropes. And I said, like when he's on the ropes, I said, so ain't neither one of y'all gonna do nothing. I talked to the team. I said, so ain't neither one of y'all gonna do nothing. And then Castaño lets his hands go, catches Charlo, and realizes I can hit this man. And then he got the respect back. And I think that it went the same way again until the 10th round when Charlo got him. Here's the thing that pissed me off. There's really only two things that made me really mad during this fight.
Listed 7.
The thing that pissed me off was when they went to Castaño's corner, and what the heck did we hear Castaño's coach say? This is the last round.
Oh yeah.
And
This last round for what?
I said, this is the last round for what? What kind of coaching is this? And then he said, yeah, we know you're tired. He's tired too. I said, hold on, wait a minute.
Let me throw some bail. That also is being translated, so it could have.
I know, and I forgot to hit up my guy.
In all fairness,
yeah. And so I'm gonna hit up Felix when we done. I'm blaming all this on Felix. I feel like he did not.
He was adding some intrigue.
I feel like he did not interpret that right and translate it for us right, because that was the silliest thing that I've ever heard coming out of a corner. And let's also remind ourselves that even though Castaño has a belt, he hasn't been there very long. Yeah. And so I don't know if they know really how to react.
And his dad is his trainer?
His dad is his coach. Yeah. And I don't know if they really know how to react at that point in the fight. But I think they were ending the 10th round, and he says, it's the last round. and then he says, I know you're tired. He's tired too. And I said, this is just not what you give a fighter with a couple of rounds left. You know what I mean? And I just thought that he did his fighter a disservice. If we see again, once the tide changed again when he got hurt, I think it was that 10th round. You see him kind of give it. I thought at that point he gave the fight away. I really gave up on him. I didn't think he was going to survive after that.
He's worried that his guy's going to get knocked out. Maybe so he's saying, don't press him the way you have been, because that's what Charlo was waiting on again.
Felix, I'm gonna talk to you because this is I didn't get what I needed.
I mean, Charlo I understood why he didn't unload everything, because he's trying to do what got him hurt in the first place all over again. Yeah. But let him come to you and then counter him with the hook and hurt him, and then. The part I didn't like about that was in the 11th, the guy was ready to go.
He was ready to go.
And
I gave up on him all the way up until like it was 3 seconds. I swear to God, it was 3 seconds left. And I'm like, the fight still ain't over. Because I thought that between the corner telling him what they said and the way he reacted after getting clipped, that kind of came out of nowhere for me. I'm like, are you giving it away mentally? Like, are you just mentally exhausted?
I think the logic was, let me just do what got him here in the first place again. Let me just do what had him out on his feet all over again. Problem with that is that means you're a little dependent on this guy coming forward.
Right.
He's not gonna come forward when he's out on his
coming
feet.
forward. Yeah,
I don't
he
know
stopped
who it
coming
was on the
forward.
broadcast that said he was showboating, by the way, when he was clearly, it was after he got hit late in one of those later rounds. And he's like trying to run away.
Castaño was
Yeah,
showboating.
and they're like, well, a little bit of showboating. And I was like, no, he was trying to get the hell away from him.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
He was
doing the
hurt for
funky
real.
dance, not to
yeah,
be
it
funny.
wasn't the Ali. It wasn't the Ali shuffle. Like that was the Ali get the hell away from me.
I
But-
just didn't see the killer instinct in it in Charlo when he got somebody hurt. It's like he wanted to take him out, but he had respect for Castano.
was it the second round that when he hurt him that he really jumped on him?
Yeah.
Because in the second round he hit him and then
10th too.
and he like quickly was like, all right, I can maybe, but not.
And the 10th.
like you said,
The
unloading
10th wasn't
the
as
full
crazy
clip.
as the second.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought kind of going back to what you mentioned about so when he gets hurt in the second, I said if he's now not going to be confident enough to go in, he can't win.
Yeah.
Castaño can't win from the outside.
Yeah.
Sorry, it wasn't going to happen.
When he was punching him, Carson, he was
I thought
like
he was
this.
dapping me
No,
up,
he
my
was just
man.
like not even. He
just couldn't get there.
Yeah, he couldn't even
Yeah,
touch
and
him.
so I was like, if he's gonna be that cautious after getting hurt in the second, it's gonna be a long night and it's not gonna be that exciting.
Yeah.
Thankfully, like you said, he gets the confidence. Okay, I can hit him, and then was full Castaño like we've seen. The one thing that's funny we mentioned what was said in the corner. So in the 11th round, after the 11th round, Derek James told him you need to knock him out.
Yep, he kept it real.
That's the only way to win. And at that time, Nelson Vasquez has Charlo winning a comfortable decision. Like, that is what's hilarious to me. Like, Derek James in the moment thinks, you really got to knock him out to win.
Yeah.
Derek
Charlo
said he
might
seen
think
the
that too.
unofficial.
Yeah, which he probably did.
Yeah, that's what he said.
But it's like, for him to say that, and then Nelson Vasquez is like, I already got in the bag already. You're good.
I do feel like hurting the man 3 times, second, 10th, 11th.
Yeah.
I thought he won the 12th. I feel like he definitely could have rallied to get the draw. I have to watch the fight again on television, and I scored swing rounds in his favor that very well could have went to Castaño, but I scored the fight 114-114. And,
And I'm not mad at that.
Right.
And I'm not mad at a close Charlo win.
I
disagree,
I
but I'm
actually
not
can't
mad
see
at it.
7-5.
I'd have been
Charlo.
mad at a close
yeah.
at a close trial decision. I'd have been mad at that. I
Okay,
wouldn't-
so even
wasn't
so
mad at the
so even
draw.
like 115, 113, it would have been way off for Charlo.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
see,
I'd have been
I
mad.
couldn't
Yeah, I
see
had
that because there
Castano
were enough
controlling.
of those rounds. Because if I'm going in the mindset, I don't want to go in Nelson Vasquez's mind, but just in the mindset of so those rounds we're talking about where Castaño maybe steals them late. Maybe he doesn't really value that. He doesn't value
Right.
just throwing a spurt on at the end.
That's kind of what
And then there's those swing rounds where you're like, yeah, maybe that. could go
But it's
Charlo.
almost like Nelson went into the fight and said, "Oh, Charlo got this."
Yeah, and I don't think and I
What'd I
don't
tell
think
you?
and I don't think it's like
told
anything
y'all
like a fix and like commission.
That's what I
or shit.
felt.
No.
I just think it was just a
117.
really shitty job by a referee or by a judge.
when you
It's
do
just
get an absurd
it's how
card,
it
though.
is. It's just how it is. When you know someone's name and you don't know the other person's name, it's like your mind.
Yeah.
It's a psychological thing. Your mind's geared towards the person you know. You
I
know?
really would be curious as to why reporters can't talk to judges after the fight.
Because they're smart. They
I
cover in
know.
there. Someone made that rule a long time
but I'm
ago,
not-
and it was smart.
In fairness, I'm not sure if that's a rule. Has anyone
they pack
seen
up
a,
their shit.
Yeah, because I'm like, has anyone seen a judge get interviewed? I don't think it's every fight needs that, and I don't think every judge needs that. But like after that card, like after you turn that scoring,
Yeah.
you should have to sit there
Yeah.
After the
and
first
justify it.
out of the first 6, Nelson Vasquez only
already done.
gave my man 1 round.
The third.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I just think you have to be able to sit there and say, hey, and again, maybe we disagree with every single thing he says, but at least then you're saying, okay, this is
Standing
what I
on-
saw. Then
yeah.
you're like, I disagree, but okay,
yeah.
I get it. I get what you're saying you saw, but I didn't.
Let me see where you're coming
But
from.
other than that, anyone can speculate. You can speculate about anything. Just
And it's
It's a
still
bad job.
a lot that needs to be done. I think
Yeah.
just in boxing in general and from a judging standpoint. But I know at national amateur tournaments, as soon as the fight's over, especially when they do like world tournaments and stuff like that, you have the what they call it, the morning session and the afternoon session. After the morning session, all of the judges right there on the bleachers, figuring out what happened, how we need to make adjustments, all that kind of stuff. There needs to be more meetings
Yeah.
and things like that put in place in order to start getting this stuff, right.
you
know?
should, as a judge of a fight, you should never have a card that offends everyone.
Yeah.
You just shouldn't.
You should never be talked about after a fight.
By everyone. And this isn't like after, I mean, we talk about sports and boxing, it's so divided.
Yeah.
We talked about like when Clarissa Shields won, everyone was excited for.
Yeah.
Literally every person was like, I saw Steven Espinoza tweet it. I saw everyone involved.
The last straw is Jermell himself.
Yeah. The fact that the fighter that won is like, that's a bad card. Like you need to, hopefully he's suspended and they look into it.
Yeah.
Not that anything suspicious, just like incompetence. Like that's a bad job by you.
Suspended like 2 years. Y'all want to really hurt
you want him out of
Yeah.
it?
I want you to really.
You want him sent
you
to
breaking my
Pelican
house.
Bay?
I want you to get 20 to life.
But if he gets suspended because of the Porterweight podcast, then how am I look?
I don't care.
Then you'll be a
Then you
hero
don't
to box.
care.
All right,
Yeah, you don't care.
Yeah, then he was a hero to he had a bad scorecard.
You're a hero.
There was a fight a couple weeks ago. I think it was actually the Sunday Fox card, one of the undercards. Apparently he had a egregious card on
Nelson?
that as well. Yeah, so it's just like
How you know his name?
I know we're all saying it.
because of how bad
I
the
looked him up.
scorecard was.
I don't look this
Yeah,
up.
'cause I'm just like, I don't wish ill on the man, but like you
Hey,
can't.
after this fight, everybody gonna. After this podcast, everybody
like if I
gonna
say
know.
Adelaide Bird,
Nelson
like,
Fast
if I
case.
say Adelaide
No,
Bird,
stop!
people know like why.
All right, y'all gonna have to cool out.
But no, I'm just saying.
Hey, he like I still got to fight.
But that's fine. But my issue
I gotta
is.
live.
But my issue is, and I'm sure she's a nice lady.
She is. She wonderful.
The issue is then
Husband's a great ref.
absolutely
Okay.
and a great guy. But my issue is then you
was trying to
He
say
continue.
something nice.
has a brother named Kirby.
Yeah,
Nah, that's somebody else, man. Look, that's
I was
somebody
thinking of
else.
Mr.
Get
Bird.
out
Mr.
here,
Bird from
man.
Get On Up. But my
His name Kirby.
but my issue
Nah,
is
it ain't Kirby.
if there's no repercussions, then he just continues to throw out garbage scorecards.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my concern. You guys are idiots. But that's my issue. Is if there's no consequence and we're just like, well, another bad card. Sorry.
right.
Yeah,
There's
you just getting away with it.
Then next week he's gonna pop up in another event and just throw out another terrible scorecard. So
I think
some
even at
accountability.
this point, you know, we don't suspend anybody at this point, but investigate.
Yeah.
And that's what I was kind of alluding to in terms of, you know, when you're dealing with the Olympic level. We're going to see it next week when the
Yeah.
Olympic Games start. We're going to see it where it's unfortunate, but you'll see it where a judge has a fight judged and everybody else is like, how did you see that? And well, let's investigate. And who do you know? And what's going on?
Yeah.
Where's this fight from? So on and so forth. I mean, I think the same thing needs to start happening. These commissions, they just need to start protecting themselves better and taking care
And
of.
I don't.
Come on, man.
But I don't know what the.
It's not gonna happen.
Nah,
Well, my issue is I just don't.
I'm an advocate.
Yeah.
I know.
But here-
That just popped in my head.
but
and
here's my
This
thing.
time step better say Nelson Vasquez.
But here's my issue: is I just don't know what. I don't know what the issue is with them
Okay,
having to
Shawn
justify
don't like it,
it.
never mind.
That's fine. He doesn't have to, but I just don't know what the issue is with accountability. Even if you go beyond the punishment
There
thing,
you go.
there should be after a fight, and I've saw 50 people tweet this yesterday. Say, I saw this way. I saw this way. Again, just goes back to okay. Then we at least know what you're saying you saw, and then maybe even after you said it, kind of learning, then somebody says, "Oh, when you saw that in that round, nah, that wasn't what happened.
Right.
This is what." Because then they adjust, they grow, they learn.
And what Carson's saying, it might not be perfect, but we start tightening it up. We get
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We don't have this craziness all the time.
And it's almost like they did the NBA, that last 2-minute report, where it was like, okay, this call was wrong, this call was wrong, this
Oh
call
yeah,
was wrong.
yeah.
Where then at least it didn't help, and
Accountability.
it actually also was a kick in the stones.
I remember,
if your team would like lose, and then they're like, oh, hey, by the way, we
Yeah.
were wrong. It's like, well, why'd you even tell me? I didn't want to know.
Yeah.
But at least then we're like, okay, the refs their calls
They're
are being
working
looked.
toward-
The calls are being
working
looked
toward it.
at.
Yeah.
We all are seeing it. I don't know what the issue is with that being a thing.
I think boxing should have already been pulling from these other sports and
Yeah.
and trying to learn and grow like these other sports a long time ago.
You know, we heard rumors that obviously he didn't work a lot with Derek James. Do you feel like when Derek James was trying to make, because I feel like Derek came in the last 2 or 3 weeks of camp, and he'd been working with Juan Guzman for the last 2 or 3 months. You feel like they already had their game plan set up, he's been going with it, so when Derek tried to adjust it, that's just what
That
Jermell
ain't how
does.
it goes. I've been out in DC without my dad, 3 or 4 weeks without my dad. my dad sends me a letter on my back with the game plan. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like you arrived at camp with the game plan and all that kind of stuff put in place. So
Okay.
I don't think Juan Guzman would have been working on anything.
It was just killing me
that
because
Derek
Derek was saying everything right in the corners.
Yeah.
We heard it at the end of the fight when they went corner recap or whatever.
Yeah.
And he wasn't doing it. So that's why I was just.
So this is my thing with the Pacquiao Spence fight. I think we got a really good example of it last night. I wonder if Errol Spence can catch the rhythm, the speed, and catch to what Manny Pacquiao is doing, and if he can adjust. If he cannot, he will not win the fight.
Because you got that. He's you, but going 100 miles per hour.
And more power,
And more power.
which is a weekly
And
match.
better fighter.
It's a weekly match.
And got better resume.
And as a politician.
And is running for president.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that.
But yeah, you're also
Not
a
as
fighter.
good looking though.
And he better than you.
So, but listen,
People say you guys look alike, but that's a discussion.
What the
for another
hell?
day.
it's true.
Yeah.
So
if you look,
he said, "Where do you?"
if you look, you can see it. If you're looking for it, you can see it. But go ahead.
My wife calls it boxer eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Listen.
So if he adjusts,
Listen, so last night, Jermell was not able to implement anything that, or a lot of what. I
can see it. I
He
can
wasn't
see it.
able to implement a lot of what Derek James was asking him to,
Yeah.
and that's because he just could not make the adjustments. His mind and his body could not connect to make those adjustments, and that happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's a growth period. He said last night after the fight, he said, "I've never been through this." And I think he was talking about the draw, but I think everyone thought he was talking about the draw, but
that's threw me off.
I felt like he was talking about he's never been in a fight where he had to make adjustments on the fly the way that he had to last night.
Yeah.
And it was just he got a draw, a learning lesson,
Yeah.
and he comes back in the rematch and he beats Castaño.
agree.
He can do more things.
Yeah.
He's more versatile.
He's going to be able to do more things.
Yeah.
He's more versatile than he showed us last night. It didn't click for him last night.
My only thing that I'm worried that he doesn't come back and make adjustments. Tony Harrison rematch, he didn't make adjustments. Tony was doing the same thing and controlling the fight. He just knocked him out.
Actually, Tony was more
Tony
aggressive
came
in
for
that
it.
second
He came
fight.
for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I think if Brian add more angles, that's gonna give him.
Well, his
an edge.
trainer said that. His trainer said the number one adjustment they want to do in the rematch is not come on
Yeah.
a straight line.
Yeah. If he add
Yeah.
angles, Sean, Charlo's about to have another long night.
But listen, if they both come back and improve, then it's gonna
in
be a
for
great
another
fight.
hell
it was,
And by the
it was
way,
such a
yeah.
good fight.
Then we're in
They
there
need
for
to run
another
it back
Yeah.
ASAP right now.
Yeah.
They need to run it back.
Like November.
My man said
Yeah.
last night, he said, does he not understand in order to become disputed, you got to go through him?
Yeah, when he said he's not, I don't know if I want to fight him. Well, how you gonna be undisputed?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't care.
No, he wants it.
I think he does too, but I'm saying maybe he doesn't.
And
Also,
you got to go through that man.
In the
tou-
moment
to
as
touch
well.
on, I thought Errol's interview last time was really good. That was probably the most like
I didn't get to
loose
see it.
and like energetic I've seen Errol. He's usually more of a laid back.
Why? What was he saying? What-
Yeah, he would seem like he was in good
BC
spirits.
gets everybody.
Yeah, I think Brian Custer's a great interviewer, and he just seemed like he was loose. He had some laughs up there.
It's all about if Earl's comfortable with you.
yeah, and he that's why I enjoyed that. But yeah, to what you're saying, I think you run it back. You have to.
ASAP. Like,
Man,
don't
run
nothing else
There's
back.
no other fight at 154 I want to see for
I heard
either
him
of them.
say, and I get it. He just had a baby. He said, I'm gonna go home, spend some time with my
Take a
family.
vacation.
I can't
get
be
it,
mad at that. Yeah,
But damn,
Hey,
like,
man,
go back and get
you got
go get
2
that
weeks,
done first.
bro. You got 2 weeks.
Go get that done.
yeah. There's no other fight. I know there's mandatories, and I get it. There's a time when, for mandatories, there's a time when they help boxing and they give people shots that they've earned, and there's a time
Like
where it's
Castano.
like, yeah, but there's also a time where it's just like, hey,
Well,
Back
Castano,
up and
not
let
right
somebody
now.
else.
Like
yeah.
not right now.
Like I
This is
saw
what
the
we need to see.
mandatory for the IBF on. He was the last
fought
fight
on the
before the televised Bakmur Murtaziliev and the Russian guy. All due respect to him, but you know he had a rough time in an 8-rounder. This guy
And wasn't even
has
on
no
TV.
chance to beat Jermell Charlo.
Also,
Like,
Jermell
you know.
needs this. In order for him to improve, he needs to get in the ring with this dude again.
Yeah.
Before he gets in the ring with anybody else, right those wrongs, prove some things to himself, and grow. He can't get in the ring with somebody else and everything like you worked on adjustments that you should have made against Castaño, but then you're getting in the ring with somebody else
You
that's
knock
going to give
Lubin
you a
out.
different look. They're giving you a different look. And you know, and on top of that, if you get in the ring with somebody else, you knock them out in a couple rounds.
And what did you do?
Yeah, you know, so he needs
Andre Ward ASAP was like, you guys need to run it back, and I thought he was the perfect man to say it because it's kind of similar to him and Kovalev. It was like close fight. I don't know if you got that. I need to see you guys run it back again. And Dre does, and he did what a lot of people would want to see Charlo do in a rematch. You know, but
I know, Sean, you say you don't like to throw it either. Add an uppercut in there.
Yeah, I said that last night.
okay, what?
I said he didn't throw any uppercuts last night, and I was like, I don't really throw uppercuts. I'm not an upper. You know, I'm actually working on it right now.
I want to see it.
We keep it real. We keep it real up in here. Anyway,
is he?
I'm not really. I don't throw the uppercut, but it surprised me that he didn't throw any uppercuts because the Castaño was more of a square fighter,
shorter guy,
more of a straight ahead fighter. At least last night, and then his defense was to go here. Yeah. And I just think that you could have probably split the guard.
Yeah.
But Charlo just didn't really make any adjustments last night.
You throw like a left uppercut hook to the body. It's like half hook, half uppercut to the body.
But that's different.
Yeah. And I think just on an overall level, I think we've maybe discredited Castaño a little bit in this whole equation.
Think so?
I was a big fan before.
Hey, he did Monzone, Maidana.
Hey,
proud.
You know me, I'm not the band of I want credit because I give a damn about credit in life. I said split decision. Charlo.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I just
good.
think I think
close.
Oh, you did say that.
I think Castaño, I think we mentioned where a fighter has, if they don't have a great night, they have an okay night or a good night. A lot of times it's because the other guy is leveling that. So I just think Castaño, full credit for I think he forced Jermell into a
kind of had faster hands.
Yeah,
his hands.
Yeah.
And his defense, he's in and out. He's in and out. He'll hit you and get out of there.
154 Shawn Porter. Gotta love it.
I don't know, man.
It would have been a big. As a soccer fan, I would have loved to see Castaño win because Argentina just won Copa America.
Oh, nice.
So it would have been a huge thing for our Argentinians.
Yeah.
You have that, and you have this guy score this big upset.
Yeah.
And first ever undisputed 154.
Oh, they still gonna give him love.
And he deserves it. Yeah.
My man,
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I hope they run it back.
I did appreciate that he said, I won this fight after the fight.
Yeah.
He said,
He truly felt that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I felt
70,
it as well.
what, 73%?
Yeah, and that's another thing. The poll was showing us what was way and again, people
I
can
was
be
actually
wrong.
surprised that they showed the poll.
But people can be wrong, but not that many people. Like 73% weren't wrong.
How long did he stay in the ring after the fight?
he did interviews in the ring.
And he was signing autographs and taking pictures and hugging people for like 15, 20 minutes after the fight. And they were like, we got to go to the post-fight conference. And then someone else asked him for a picture, and he just soaked it all in. So
yeah, you got to.
You got to. It was he definitely felt like I got the sense that Charlo or that Castaño really felt he won, and that Charlo was more relieved that he truly felt he got that draw. He didn't think he lost, but I felt he was more. Whew,
that was
close because I had to crawl back to keep them belts in the last 3 rounds. You know, so but that was real championship boxing, man. That's a real championship fight.
That's what boxing needed.
Yeah,
was it the fight of the year? Perhaps can we get you on board with that?
Yeah, I got it fight of the year.
A lot of people were saying,
and if we wouldn't have the little F up, we would have another great fight next week.
You know, that fight, I guess first fight comes to mind was last night, and Valdez Burchelt was pretty damn good too. Absolutely. Those are the 2 fights.
Yeah, there have been some good ones. That was a really, I think you factor in the stakes at hand there. The first time ever undisputed 4 belts. I thought it was a great fight. I thought it was a good back and forth.
Early on, Ariola Ruiz was good.
Yeah. How about that? That was quite a time.
Don't say nothing. If I'm a boxer, me and you, I went. I got 3 belts. You got 1. Yeah. Once I win it, I'm vacating.
Yeah.
I'm not paying all. You're not taking all the money.
No, you know what I think he'll do is he'll vacate, and that gives Errol Spence an opportunity to pick up those belts. So I can see that happening.
Yeah, but then they got to fight each other.
We also.
What you just gonna dance around? I'm the one at 154. I'm the one.
We also.
You gotta fight.
I was so tired of that Errol Spence amateur storyline. I was so sick of it.
They ain't have nothing else for him though.
Shoot, I just found out. So
yeah, I was dropping that.
But I feel like that also discredits Castaño, not what we're doing, but the fact that that's what they kept going to.
But now you see why he beat Earl.
That's true.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
But like Shawn, if he does well, I'm not like, yeah, well, if Shawn did beat Usyk in the amateur, so that's why he won. It just was like, who cares? It's the was it Jermell? Did he say at the press conference
Yeah.
F the amateurs? Who cares?
But then Earl did deny it. He said, "No, I don't even remember fighting that guy."
No, he said he remembered.
No, a couple of months ago they asked him.
Then he said,
I never fought him.
Because last night he was like, yeah, I remember a loss.
But then
whatever.
he started bringing up everything.
Yeah,
he did deny it.
and
he got
the
dropped.
fact that they kept I was like, who cares? Like, I don't know. It was just an unnecessary
something to sell a
storyline.
fight.
It was like that damn Four Kings with the politics.
Yeah.
Something to sell a fight.
Yeah,
Start the music.
yeah. Next episode you want to mention?
Oh, absolutely.
Special episode.
No, I'm gonna do that. Listen, we had which one I'm looking at? I'm gonna look right here. We had the Olympic team on the Porterway podcast. Special episode dropping on Thursday. The Olympic Games start, I believe, on Saturday. So start on Friday. So don't miss that. The box is gonna be on late. Try to bear with us, and we're gonna do the best we can to promote it and report it to y'all as well. Yeah. So
we're going back mobile,
and you'll be commentating.
Going back mobile.
Team USA, baby.
Yeah,
just for a couple weeks.
Team USA,
calm down.
Baby. Yeah.
And I will be out there commentating. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
God bless you guys. This is the Porter Way. What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG with 2 T's.
This is the Porter Way podcast. This is Anthony Brenagh, and this is Carson A. Merk. Tell them what to do.
Hey, like, subscribe, comment, follow us on all social media platforms.
Subscribe.
I'm from Louisiana. I'll talk with a B. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
All right. Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Porter Way
already.
podcast.
You're already here.
Hey, this is our outro. We're gonna do it how we want to.
I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson A. Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.